Chapter 9. Fraction. Fraction is a fragment or a part. Let's recall. A fraction is a part of a whole number. A whole may be an unbroken piece of a geometric shape or a collection of objects. A colored circle is used to show 1 unit for a whole number 1. 5 circles show 5 units for a whole number 5. One colored part out of 2 equal parts shows 1 by 2 written as 1 half. 2 colored parts out of 3 equal parts show 2 by 3 written as 2 third. 3 colored parts out of 4 equal parts shows 3 by 4 written as 3 fourths. 3 colored parts out of 5 equal parts show 3 by 5 written as 3 fifths. In 3 by 5, 3 is the numerator and 5 is the denominator. Fractional numbers and fractions. The numbers such as 1/3, 2/3, 1/4, 3/4 and 2/5 etc. are fractional numbers in words. And 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 4, 3 by 4, 2 by 5 are in numeric form. 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 4, 3 by 4, 2 by 5 are fractions or fractional numbers. A fraction can be represented by a figure. Some more examples are given below. How many halves are there in a whole? Make a circle and divide it into 2 equal parts. Each part is 1 half. Therefore, 2 halves make a whole circle. Now, 2 parts out of 2 equal parts make a whole. Therefore, 2 by 2 is equals to whole is equals to 1. How many 1/3 are there in a whole? Make a circle and divide it into 3 equal parts. Each part is 1/3. Therefore, 3/3 make a whole. Thus, 3 parts out of 3 equal parts make a whole. Therefore, 3 by 3 is equals to whole is equals to 1. How many 1/4 are there in a whole? Make a circle and divide it into 4 equal parts. Each part is 1/4. Therefore, 4/4 make a whole. Thus, 4 parts out of 4 equal parts make a whole. Therefore, 4 by 4 is equals to whole is equals to 1. Thus, 2 by 2 is equals to 1. 3 by 3 is equals to 1. 4 by 4 is equals to 1. 5 by 5 is equals to 1, etc. Numerator and denominator of a fraction. A fraction is written with 2 numbers arranged one over the other, separated by a line. The number above the line is called the numerator and the number below the line is called the denominator of the fraction. In 5 by 8, we have numerator is equals to 5, denominator is equals to 8. In 4 by 8, we have numerator is equals to 4, denominator is equals to 8. In 12 by 15, we have numerator is equals to 12, denominator is equals to 15. Fraction is equals to numerator by denominator. Fractions represented on a number line.
Example 2. PQ is a line, OA is a line segment of length 1 unit. Write the fraction represented by the line segment OB. Here you can see a line segment PQ and line segment OA which is divided by the point B, and we have to find out what is the fraction that is being represented by OB. So we can see that OA divides the line into 9 equal parts. You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So OA divides the line into 9 equal parts. Now see that OB is a part of OA and it has taken 5 parts out of the total 9 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So OB has taken 5 parts out of 9 parts. Therefore, OB represents the fraction 5 by 9. So this is our required answer.
Equivalent fractions. Let's study the following fractions given below. Compare the colored portion of these figures which are equal. So the fractions represented by these colored portions are also equal. Therefore, 1 by 2 is equals to 2 by 4 is equals to 3 by 6 is equals to 4 by 8 is equals to 5 by 10 is equals to 6 by 12, etc. These fractions are called equivalent fractions, each being equal to 1 by 2. Note that 1 by 2 is equals to 1 into 2 upon 2 into 2 is equals to 1 into 3 by 2 into 3 is equals to 1 into 4 by 2 into 4 is equals to 1 into 5 upon 2 into 5 is equals to 1 into 6 upon 2 into 6 is equals to etc. To get an equivalent fraction, we multiply or divide the numerator and the denominator of the given fraction by the same number except 0, finding equivalent fraction with the given numerator or denominator.
Example 1. Write the equivalent fraction of 4 by 5 with numerator 8. We can write down this as 4 by 5 equal to 8 here on the numerator side, and we will find out what comes on the denominator side. So let's take it as 4 by 5 equal to 4 by 5 into what makes it a 8 here, and what will come in this box. So what should be multiplied in 4 to make a 8 here? It is 2. And we know that whatever the number multiplied on the numerator side, it will be multiplied on the denominator as well. So we'll multiply by 2 here. And 5 into 2 is 10. Hence, the required equivalent fraction is 8 by 10. So this is our required answer.
To check whether two given fractions are equivalent or not, let's say we have fraction a by b and c by d. These two fractions are equivalent if their cross multiplications is same, that is this. If a into d is equals to b into c, if a into d is equals to b into c, then a by b is equals to c by d. Numerator of first into denominator of second and denominator of first into numerator of second are equal, then both the fractions are equivalent.
Example. Check whether 12 by 48 and 1 by 4 are equivalent fractions. To check if these fractions are equivalent or not, we need to find out the cross multiplication of these fractions. Let's write it down as 12 by 48 and 1 by 4. Now cross multiply it. By cross multiplying, I mean multiply the numerator of the first fraction with the denominator of the second fraction, and the denominator of the first fraction with the numerator of the second fraction. So it is 12 into 4 and 48 into 1. 12 into 4 is 48, while 48 into 1 is 48. Here we can see that the product after cross multiplication is same. Therefore, we can say that 12 by 48 and 1 by 4 are equivalent fractions. And if the product after cross multiplying is not equal, then we'll say that they are not equivalent fractions.
Comparison of fractions. Comparison of fractions having same denominator. Take 3 strips of the same length. Divide each of them into 5 equal parts. Color 1, 2 and 4 parts so that the colored portions represent 1 by 5, 2 by 5 and 4 by 5 respectively, as shown below. It is clear from the above figures that 1 by 5 is smaller than 2 by 5 is smaller than 4 by 5, and 4 by 5 is greater than 2 by 5 greater than 1 by 5. Now take 4 strips of the same length. Divide each one of them into 6 equal parts. Color 2, 3, 4 and 5 parts so that the colored portions represent 2 by 6, 3 by 6, 4 by 6 and 5 by 6 respectively. It is clear from the above figures that 2 by 6 is smaller than 3 by 6, is smaller than 4 by 6, is smaller than 5 by 6, and 5 by 6 is greater than 4 by 6, is greater than 3 by 6, is greater than 2 by 6. So we conclude, out of the two fractions with the same denominator, the one having smaller numerator is smaller than the other.
Example 2. Arrange the following fractions in ascending order, that is smaller to a greater fraction. So in this we can see that we have 5 by 9, 3 by 9, 6 by 9, 7 by 9 and 1 by 9. We can see that all the fractions have the same denominator. So let's check for the numerator. The fraction with the smallest numerator will be smallest here. Among 5, 3, 6, 7 and 1, we can say that 1 is the smallest. So 1 by 9 is the smallest fraction. Now among 5, 3, 6, 7, we have 3, which is the smallest among these numbers. So the fraction 3 by 9 will be smaller. Now we are left with 5, 6 and 7. So then 5 by 9. After that 6 and 7. 6 is smaller. Then we are left with 7 by 9. Hence this is our required ascending order. That means smallest fraction to the greatest fraction.
Comparison of fractions with same numerator. Take some strips of the same length. Divide it into 2, 3, 4, 5 parts respectively and color one part from each. We get 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4 and 1 by 5 respectively as shown. Compare the colored portions now. Clearly 1 by 2 is greater than 1 by 3 is greater than 1 by 4 is greater than 1 by 5. And 1 by 5 is less than 1 by 4 is less than 1 by 3 is less than 1 by 2. Therefore, we can say out of the two fractions with the same numerator, the one having the smaller denominator is greater than the other. Thus, bigger the denominator, smaller the fraction.
Example 1. Which is smaller, 2 by 5 or 2 by 3? We can see that the fraction have the same numerator. So let's check the denominator part. And we know that the fraction having the bigger denominator will be the smaller fraction. So I'm writing down numerator of this fraction is same. And we know that greater the denominator, smaller will be the fraction. So we can see that 3 is smaller than 5. Hence, here we can see that 5 is greater than 3. So the fraction 2 by 5 is smaller than 2 by 3. So this is our required answer. Example 4. Arrange the following fractions in descending order. The given fractions are 5 by 6, 5 by 8, 5 by 10, 5 by 9 and 5 by 7. Here we can see that the numerator of these fractions are same. So we'll check the denominators. And we know that fractions with smaller denominator is greater than the others. Here we need to arrange the fractions into descending order. That means from greater fraction to the smaller fraction. So let's check for the greater fraction here. 6, 8, 10, 9, 7. Among these, 6 is the smallest number. So the fraction 5 by 6 is the greatest among these. So 5 by 6. Now 7 after 6 is the greatest fraction. Then we have 8. 5 by 8. Then 5 by 9. Then 5 by 10. So this is our required answer in descending order.
Like fractions. Fractions which have same denominator are called like fractions. Example 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 4 by 5, 1 by 5 are like fractions. Unlike fractions. Fractions which have different denominators are called unlike fractions. Examples 2 by 3, 1 by 6, 3 by 7, 4 by 5 are unlike fractions. Addition of like fractions. Addition of like fractions can be done simply by adding the numerators. Let us take an example. Example, add 2 by 6 and 3 by 6. 2 by 6 plus 3 by 6 is equals to 5 by 6. Sum of like fractions is equals to sum of their numerators upon denominators.
Example 3. Find the sum. The given fractions are 2 by 11, 3 by 11, 4 by 11, 5 by 11, 6 by 11 and 9 by 11. Here we can see that the fractions have same denominators. So, in order to find the sum, we need to add the numerators, that is sum of their numerators upon the denominator. So, the sum equals to 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 9 upon 11. So, the answer is 29 by 11.
Subtraction of like fractions. Like fractions can be subtracted simply by subtracting fractions with smaller numerator from fraction with bigger numerator. Example 3. Find the difference between 8 by 16 and 10 by 16. Here we can see that both the fractions have same denominator. So, fraction with greater numerator will be greater. So, we can say that 10 by 16 is greater than 8 by 16. Hence, we'll subtract 8 by 16 from 10 by 16. So, the difference will be equal to 10 minus 8 upon 16. That is 2 by 16. So, this is our required answer. Unit fractions. Like fractions can be subtracted simply by subtracting fractions with smaller numerator from fractions with bigger numerator. Fractions with numerator 1 are called unit fractions. Example 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 10, 1 by 15, etc. are all unit fractions. Proper and improper fractions. Proper fractions. A fraction whose numerator is less than its denominator is called a proper fraction. Examples 3 by 5, 5 by 7, 6 by 13, 4 by 19, etc. are all proper fractions. Improper fractions. Examples 7 by 4, 21 by 5, 8 by 8, 13 by 3, 32 by 7, etc. are all improper fractions. Mixed fractions. A mixed fraction consists of two parts, integral part and fractional part. For example, 1 2 by 3, where 1 is integral part and 2 by 3 is fractional part. Conversions of fractions. We can convert a mixed fraction into an improper fraction and an improper fraction into a mixed fraction. Conversion of a mixed fraction into an improper fraction. For example, 2 3 by 5, where 2 is an integral part and 3 is numerator and 5 is denominator. While conversion denominator remains unchanged, improper fraction is equals denominator into integral part plus numerator whole divided by denominator. Therefore, improper fraction is equals to 5 into 2 plus 3 upon 5, which is equals to 13 by 5.
Example. Convert each of the following mixed fractions into improper fraction. So let's see part A. It is 5 3 by 5. To convert a mixed fraction into an improper fraction, we multiply the denominator with the whole number part, then add it to the numerator. So it becomes 5 into 5 plus 3 and the denominator part remains the same. So 5 into 5 is 25 plus 3 is 28 and divided by 5, which is the denominator. So the improper fraction is 28 by 5. Now let's see part B. It is 2 5 by 8. Now write the numerator as 8 into 2 plus 5. Denominator as same. 8 into 2 is 16. 16 plus 5 is 21. So the fraction becomes 21 by 8. In the similar way, you can do part C on your own.
Conversion of improper fraction into mixed fraction. Consider the improper fraction 6 by 5. We have 6 by 5 is equals to 1 by 5 plus 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 1 by 5 or is equals to 5 by 5 plus 1 by 5 is equals to 1 plus 1 by 5, which is equals to 1 by 5. Shorter method. Let us convert 6 by 5 into mixed fraction by a shorter method. On dividing 6 by 5, we get quotient is equals to 1, remainder is equals to 1. That is one whole number and one part out of 5. That is one whole number and 1 by 5. Therefore, 6 by 5 is equals to 1 plus 1 by 5 is equals to 1 by 5. Example. Convert 25 by 8 into mixed fraction. On dividing 25 by 8, we get quotient is equals to 3, remainder is equals to 1. This is 3 whole numbers plus 1 part out of 8. Therefore, 25 by 8 is equals to 3 plus 1 by 8 is equals to 3 1 by 8.